What's up, developers? We're back at it again, and I got some good information for you. If you are new to this channel and love to talk about coding or how to break into this space, I highly recommend you to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date whenever I do post. So I've talked to a lot of self-taught developers, coding bootcamp graduates, and even computer science students that are about to graduate. And they usually ask me the same question: how do I land that first job? And before I start giving them the advice, I usually ask them, tell me about your work experience, what kind of projects you've worked on, and what are you looking for? Not everyone does this, but generally I get the same response when I ask the question about projects and the work experience, and it's usually very, very low energy. Usually I'm on a Zoom call, so I can already tell from their body language that they suddenly start slouching. You can tell that they're not really confident about their skills, and the nervousness is just like overwhelming. If you think about it, the imposter syndrome is just getting worse and worse. How many times have you described your projects and said, oh, this is just a school project and we didn't do X or we didn't do Y, or you say something along the lines of, this is just a side app that kind of works, but it doesn't have much activity on it. There's not a lot of users. All of these statements are examples of just you shooting yourself in the foot during a job interview. As a developer who may not have much work experience, your job is to sell yourself. You need to convince the hiring manager or recruiter that you are not a risky unknown, but maybe just a little shiny diamond in the rough, if you know what I mean. By downplaying your accomplishments or underrating your own skills, it's going to put you in a really bad position right off the bat. Although most people know about the technical portion of a software engineering interview, you need to also work on your soft skills. When describing your work, it may not be technically professional experience, but you have to go in with the mindset that you are a software developer and the projects you've worked on is something to describe from a professional perspective. What I mean by this is that you shouldn't downplay your work, especially if it's something that you're really proud of, something you've worked on, and I really believe that you can describe your projects in these three ways. Number one, what problem was it solving? Number two, what stack was it built on? And number three, name a specific challenge you ran into when building a feature for your users. Did you just see what I did there? You're letting your hiring manager know what you built, how you built it, and emphasizing the features that you worked on for your users. Even if you know that you don't have that many users, the recruiter doesn't really need to know that. Don't tell the recruiter that, oh, not many people use my app. Instead, pitch in a way that you can say that for our users, we took advantage of this API and this service, so our user experience was way more smoother than maybe a potential competitor. Obviously, every situation is going to be different depending on what application you build, but you just got to fill in the blanks and just emphasize the type of work you're doing is something that's really worthwhile and worthwhile to hire you as a software developer. You need to control the narrative, and by shooting yourself in the foot, it's just going to be a really, really bad way to start off the conversation. By no means do I mean to be cocky or overconfident. Generally, with junior developers, the problem is usually in the lack of confidence side, not necessarily the overconfidence, but obviously it can work both ways. It's a subtle but significant change if you go into an interview being confident and proud of your skills. You need to show to the people that are hiring you that you are a fast learner and eventually can be self-sufficient. I hope that this was helpful for you. I know this was a short video, but I just felt like I needed to share this information because I've talked to so many junior developers or aspiring developers that want to break into this space. They go through the gauntlet, go through the interview process, send in all those applications, and when they get to that final part, they just downplay their own skills. You have to be proud of your work, and if you can exude that confidence and humbleness as well, then obviously, these companies would be more willing to take a chance on you. But if you come from a perspective of saying that, oh, I don't really know how to do this, or I don't really know how to do that, flip the narratives. Talk about what you do know how to do, what you're confident in, what you're good at. By emphasizing the positives, you'll show to your hiring manager that this person can be a good learner, quick to adapt, and willing to just learn from senior developers. Keep on coding, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to also prioritize the soft skills as well and not just strictly the technical. I'll see you in the next video. Tech Rally out.